Breast cancer.
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 It was hard for me.
Research shows almost half of the cases diagnosed in 2020 were from Asia.
The Philippines is #1 in Southeast Asia with the incidence of breast cancer. This is the #1 cancer affecting women in the Philippines.
Saan yung pagkaibaw na kay breast cancer?
Actually, wala gid ko'y plano nga magpa-check or unsa ba kay wala man sad sa among pamilya nga naay nana nga sakit.
Only 10% is hereditary. It doesn't mean that if you have a first-degree relative with breast cancer, you will get it. 90% of breast cancer is not hereditary. All of us can get it. All of us are at risk.
Naay gi-conduct nga health awareness campaign ang among RH ni tambong ko, and then conduct sila free nga check-up. Gi-advisean ko sa doktor nga magpa-mammogram.
It's really important that we raise awareness. Women are more aware so that we can detect it early because that's the only way we can survive it.
Naa siya na kita nga mura bukol sa akong tutoy. Advice siya magpa-further testing.
Okay, so saan niyo ang pagkaibaw sa results ng mammogram?
Na-confirm yun nga na agad ko'y cancer.
Okay, first of all, kailangan ma-diagnose siya. So, kailangan ng biopsy talaga. 80 to 90% of mga bukol are benign. Usually, the biopsy that we do is called a core needle biopsy.
Sakit yun siya kay na ako'y pamilya, daghan nag-aasa sa ako. So, dili yun siya lalim nga pangitabo nga nakabalumi na ako cancer.
Sir, saan yung pagkaibaw na naay breast cancer yung mga asawa?
Katong usa ka gabi nga nagdaming labi ni tapos dito na lang na paghikap na ako tapos moto dito na ako nakitaan o nabatyagan nga na ay bukol lang yan ko so nasya ko niya pag ako siya di pangutan pa-check up sa doktor.
Unsa man imo ang suporta sa imong asawa?
Pero may kukuyog niya, wala ko nibiya sa iyang kilid. Nagsabot ni May nga i-priority lang ang health.
Breast cancer is almost 100 times more common in women than men.
Breast cancer in men is fairly rare, accounting for about 1% of new cases each year.
While it is rare, men can get breast cancer.
99% of breast cancer patients are women, 1% are male.
Na kay any advice para mag-encourage pa sa mga tao na magpa-screening?
Once and for all, education really helps. Naghan na kayo platforms, we have different platforms. This time, in just one click, we have different options already to educate them.
The biggest thing is kailangan ma-educate about what to expect because many people are overcome with fear because of the unknown.
So it's good to hear no na ayon na ka ma'am. So unsa man imong maingon sa kanang mga uban pang tao dira na naay breast cancer?
Kabaluman ta nga ang cancer kay makapatay gid siya nga sakit. That's why mas maayo gid nga ma-prevent siya, or kung dili man lang siya ma-prevent, mas maayo nga matambalan nga wala pa siya nagkagrabe.
The Asia Pacific Women's Cancer Coalition says cases in the region are expected to surge by more than 20% between 2020 and 2030, while the chances of dying from the disease is expected to soar by almost 30%. The risk is higher in lower and middle income nations due to low awareness and lack of access to medical services.
Philippines is #1 in Southeast Asia for the incidence of breast cancer.
It was 1 out of 10 that had breast cancer. Now it's 1 out of 8.
1 in 13 women here in the Philippines will develop breast cancer, is expected to develop breast cancer in their lifetime.
So good afternoon, Ma'am Tony. First question amo is that how did you first become aware of your breast cancer diagnosis and what were your initial thoughts and emotions?
I used to work in a foundation for cancer prevention. We were taught how to early detect. So I was doing it on myself. And I found out that I felt small, just very small lump in my right breast.
There are several signs and symptoms of breast cancer, and one of the ones that folks know the most about, of course, is the lump, but there are others, like any unusual rash on your breast that may be dimply, it could be flaky, the skin could be flaky, any discharge in the breast, blood or fluid other than breast milk.
I asked my daughter to feel it herself, and she said, "Ma, there is, let's go to the doctor. And the OB-GYN told me to get a mammogram.
Most of our breast cancers are seen in women in their 40s. Starting 40 years old, dapat nagmamammogram and ultrasound yearly.
She said, no, there is a strong possibility that you really have a tumor in your right breast. If your tumor is like this and yours has hairs, so he told me right away that it's really malignant. It has to be removed right away, and I cannot wait because the kind of cancer that I have was very aggressive. It can spread very, very fast.
The purpose here is we really get it early para we can give you all the options and we really don't need to remove your breast. But if we get it very early, less ang treatment, less ang gastos.
And I asked how much would it cost me, and he said 150,000. That's huge, and I don't have that amount. He told me, I will wait for you, but you have to hurry.
May I know what stage?
One of the most important things to know is what kind of breast cancer is it?
It was stage 3A. All of a sudden, one of my best friends just called me and said, hey Tony, do you have a problem? So I told her, well actually I was just diagnosed with cancer. She told me, don't worry about the money. I was hesitant, and she said, okay, I'm not gonna ask you to repay me. That is a gift from me. All of a sudden, my tears were flowing, and I said, wow, this is something that only God can do.
Tony, aside from the support system of your friend, which provided you the financial assistance, unsa pa man ang other support system na nadawa nimo from your families and anak?
Well, definitely, I received the love and concern. And that's a very big thing for people who are sick.
What's man ang mga advice na you can give to individuals who are also facing the same?
Okay, my first advice is you have to have yourself checked. Do not wait. Because early detection can save you.
Early detection is definitely key, so do not be afraid to visit your breast surgeon if you do feel any lump there.
Can you speak the impact of lifestyle changes?
It was not really a big impact. Especially I was thinking that there will be food change.
Dietary restrictions.
Yeah, but when I went to the oncologist, he told me you can eat anything. Don't stop yourself from eating. Whether it's meat, it's beef, it's chicken, fish, but most of all vegetable.
If you're a female, age, family history of breast cancer, early menstruation, menopause, these are risk factors that you cannot control. Like pregnancy, the more pregnancies you have in life, the lesser the chance. Lifestyle, like obesity, sedentary lifestyle, smoking and alcohol, the more you do these things, the higher the risk factor.
For our last question, Ma'am Tony, what message would you like to share with others to raise awareness about breast cancer?
Okay, like now I receive treatment in the government hospital. Why? Because I can no longer take care of the financial side of it. The most important thing that I can advise women, breast cancer is curable now. For as long as you have it checked right away. The early detection can save your life. And then the second advice is, which actually should be my first advice, go to bed. Even until now, I feel excruciating pain. Only 3 days ago, I was in pain, in deep, deep, deep pain that just, my ears just rolled.
If you won't mind, may we know what's the reason of the pain?
When they took my right breast, the operation hit my nerves. For 7 years, I was clear of breast cancer. In my onco was telling me, I am already about to declare you cancer-free. I was looking forward to it. My cancer metastasized to my spine.
Metastatic breast cancer means the breast cancer has spread to other parts of the body, organs that are far from the breast. But we still call it breast cancer because the cancer started in the breast, and that is what we need to know in order to come up with a good treatment plan.
What can I do about it? So all we have to do is really just pray and take the next step. So I just repeated myself to the Lord and I said, Lord, ikaw na bahala.